Hi everyone, Cordell here with 911 Rapid Response. Today's vehicle showcase, we're coming to you from inside of our graphics installation bay here at Rapid Response. The vehicle we're going to be talking about today is something that Rapid Response prides itself on. This is a complete turnkey vehicle. What that means is Rapid Response is partnered with a couple dealer networks so that we're able to offer you a package dropped off to you, vehicle, lighting, already outfitted, ready to go. You hop in, you turn the key, you go to work. This was supplied by one of our dealers, Hoffman Ford. They take care of supplying the vehicle. The vehicle gets delivered to the dealership, dropped off at Rapid Response. We go ahead and outfit it with the lights, the siren, the cage, the computer, the camera system, the radio, the graphics, an organizer. Anything you need for your vehicle can be done here in-house. You get the vehicle back ready to go to work. You don't have to take it anywhere else to get your graphics done. You don't have to go somewhere else to get the radio installed. It's already ready to go to work. We're going to go over the specific details of this vehicle here. And once we get inside, we have a nice little computer system to show you. It's a new system offered by Havas with something else that we've partnered with it on our own. So starting up front, we have the Go Rhino aluminum push bar. There's the Phoenix Fusion 180-degree optic surface mount modules mounted to the front of the push bar. This is to give you that lower level front warning. We've used the same modules over here on the side of the push bar. The modules on the side of the push bar are there, so once your push bar does get poked out into traffic, you do have that direct side warning. And we've coupled that with the Phoenix Canon red-white on the driver's side and a blue-white on the passenger side, flush mounted from the back side of the fog light housing. What this does is it provides a 45-degree angle of warning out the front of the vehicle, again for that side lighting. The vehicle has the Whelen Duo Legacy light bar on it. This is a 48-inch light bar featured on this vehicle. And currently looking at this light bar, it is in what is called night mode. The light bar has a built-in photocell that does detect when it is daylight and nighttime. Being we're inside here, the lights do not trip the photocell, so it's under the impression that it's nighttime. And what that does is it automatically dims the light, so you do not have to think about that while you're out doing your job. It's just going to take care of it for you. As we come back to the vehicle here, the graphics package installed by Market Graphics, the in-house graphics division here at 911 Rapid Response. This is a reflective material, so it's actually, we do print on the reflective, and the reflective crystals still do show through the print. Rather simple package, but sometimes I think the simple packages look sharp. Just a black vehicle with the subtle graphics on the side. In the side window here, we have the Phoenix Fusion 180-degree optic in red-blue. Same lights we featured on the push bar. Here they are mounted inside the rear windows for extra side warning in the rear of the vehicle. As we wrap around to the back of the vehicle, I already have the hatch open this time. We have the red-white cannon and the blue-white cannon mounted in the rear housings here for that hideaway warning. Inside the vehicle, we do have a dome light. It is red and white. This switch can either be left on one of the light positions, and when you do close the hatch, it will turn off automatically. Or you can leave it off if you do not want any illumination when you have your hatch open. So we give you the option there for whichever you may want. We have a just box it simple SUV organizer in the back here. This is just meant really to keep your items from rolling around. So you can keep your box of flares right here handy, or whatever else you may have. It's not going to roll around in the back of your car. You have to be climbing all the way to the back every time. And as I shut this, our dome light is going to turn off, and our warning lights are going to turn on. They're just activated there as the hatch gets to a certain position. We do this so that one, you automatically have your dome light. You don't have to think about, remembering to turn it on up front or remembering to turn a switch on in the back. It's just going to happen on its own. And then also, if you're ever on an incident where there is an air unit and you're not going to have lights shining to the sky, possibly interfering with any air operations. As we wrap around to start going into the front of the vehicle, we're going to pan up here and look at the roof. This vehicle does have 3 antennas on it. The antenna furthest in the rear is actually the Ford factory antenna for the AM/FM radio system. The one in the middle is just for the police radio. It's a nice little smaller antenna. And the one in front of that is a multi-function antenna for the modem that we've installed in this vehicle that partners along with the computer system. We're going to hop into the rear compartment here and look at the simple setup in the back. We have the Go Rhino window bars a Go Rhino front cage with lower recessed panel and closeout panels, along with the rear Interceptor SUV cage. It's not always realized that you do need a rear cage with the Interceptor. Without a rear cage, rear occupants can gain access to the trunk quite easily by climbing over the back seat. So the rear cage keeps them in the rear passenger compartment only. Now we're going to hop inside the vehicle, check out the console and the interior equipment that we've installed. Here we are on the inside of the Interceptor SUV. We're going to start up here with the camera system that we've installed for the customer. We did supply and install this unit. This is the Coban Fusion HD system. And this comes in two variants. There's a Wi-Fi version that can do uploading wirelessly, and then there's this version, which you do simply pull out the pen drive, take it into the station, and manually dump the files off of the system. The non-Wi-Fi unit is ideal for a department that has 5 or less cars. When you do start getting above that number, it is nice to start looking into systems that do offer Wi-Fi upload. Several systems do offer this feature now, and it just makes it a lot easier to manage when you do have multiple vehicles. Coming down through, here's the computer system that we spoke about earlier. This is a new screen solution from Havas. And instead of having a large dash mount that it mounts here in the center, is metal, takes up a lot of room, they've come up with a system here that is a simple touchscreen monitor that is on a pivot. You can pivot it either way you would like. If you have a partner that's on the passenger seat that needs to use the computer, it can be turned towards them. The keyboard can be motioned over that way as well, and it can easily be turned towards the driver. You get side to side adjustment, you get up and down, left to right, and when you want to access any controls behind it, you can simply flip it up, access what you need to, and then push the device back down. Now this system comes as just the monitor. You then have to partner that with a computer device of some kind. What we've decided to do to use as a solution here is we've taken a device from Intel, which is a compact computer that packs the same hardware that you would find in your normal desktop computer in a very slim form factor. We can outfit these with many different specifications depending what your department's requirements are for storage or processing power, how much multitasking you're going to be doing in the vehicle, things like that. Simply mounts right here behind the unit, very slim, very compact. This entire system is meant to reduce the amount of room computing solutions are taking up in your vehicle. We have the TG3 keyboard, which is a rugged backlit keyboard partnered with this system. It is on a Havas TCB-7 mount that is going to allow you to maneuver this keyboard around. It's also on an adjustable keyboard mount, so you can actually remove the device from the mount completely if you'd like to set it on your lap if you're going to be typing for extended periods of time. There's multiple detents in the back of this to allow for adjustment depending how far you would like it to be, how far away you want the keyboard away from you or how close you want it to you. Move that back out of the way. Sometimes when the mounts are new, they're still a little bit stiff. That way, as you do operate the device, it will start to loosen up a little bit, but they have to be stiff at first. If not, when they do start to loosen up, it's going to be too loose and kind of swivel when you're driving the vehicle, which you do not want. As we look down through the console here, we've installed the customer's Motorola radio, a Whelen 295 light siren controller. The 295 is a great unit. It has a 3-position slide switch. You can control up to 2 100-watt speakers from this unit. There are 6 buttons here that can be programmed a various number of ways, from switches that have a timer to just momentary on and off buttons. There's a turn knob for your siren. We find a lot of people actually prefer to have a turn knob opposed to units that only have buttons to press. You do get a PA microphone with this as well. We've installed the customer's fast car unit for them. And then down here on the console, we have the officer's microphone pack that goes to the Coban system. So they would wear this on their body and it would be able to record any conversations or anything like that. This does record right back to the main system as well. There's a camera in the system in the front, and there's also a camera in the rear that does watch the rear occupants as well. We have the internal cup holders mounted here in the console. And And then behind that, we have the Santa Cruz gun locks that you see commonly with our builds. These do allow for vertical adjustment of the head and buttstock holder, along with allowing it to pivot some. Depending on the size of your rifle, you're not going to have to always move this up and down, as the head will allow some pivot to an adjustment without physically moving the device. We have the printer headrest mount. And inside of the printer headrest mount, we've mounted a Brother PocketJet 7 printer. This is a thermal printer, so it's not an ink-based printer. You use thermal paper, and through thermal transfer, the printer does print on the paper. So you do not have to worry about any type of freezing in very cold climates or any issues with heat either in the summertime. The printer is specifically designed for a mobile application, and it's designed to be rugged in this environment. All right, guys, we thank you for taking the time to view this vehicle showcase. Please check us out on Facebook, give us a like, follow us on Instagram, and if you're local or if you're in the area, please check us out in store, Annville, Pennsylvania, 911 Rapid Response. Thanks, guys.